Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is the day 3 of our SQL for beginner video series. So if you haven't watched Introduction to SQL and how to install MySQL, I'll strongly advise you go back to those two videos, because in today's session we'll be covering the fundamental SQL commands that form the foundation of working with databases. So if you have followed the two previous videos, you are not surprised we are here. So you just log into your MySQL Workbench with your password. After you log in, then you should be somewhere here. And today we are looking at three commands. We are looking at three SQL commands, which is show, use, and select. So this is our MySQL Workbench. And in these three buttons, you could collapse your GUI as you want it. You could see the changes before and after. You could see how you could take off this depending on how you want your GUI to look like. So if you notice, we have administration, we have schemas. For you to know that your workbench is server, that your MySQL server is up and running, you go to administration and check your server status. So for it to show running, that means your server status is running and you are good to go. So we are going to go back to schemas. We are going to go back to schemas, administration. We are going to go back to schemas. So now in our schemas, if you notice, while downloading in our second video, we downloaded with two databases that we're going to use for our hands-on, the Secular and the World database. The Secular and the World database. We downloaded those two databases while we were installing our MySQL. Now we are going to use the show command here. Everything here is going to be, from now on, is going to be the SQL command. So we are going to use the show command. So what does the show command does? It simply shows you all the available databases on your system. So for example, I'm going to use show databases. I'm going to use show databases and I'm going to highlight it to show that this is the current command I want to execute, and then I'm using this yellow button here to click for it to run. If I click on it now, it's going to show me that these are my current database so far in the system, and any command you run and it's green, it shows that it's correct. So I just typed in show databases and this is green, that means it's correct, and then I clicked on here to run it. So the show command simply shows you all the available databases on your system. So it is helpful when you are working with multiple databases and need to know what options are available to you. So on this day of SQL command, we now know how many databases available, and you could see our Secular and World database that came with our installation in our second video. Now we have two databases, but you can only use one per time. Let's say, for example, I want to use Secular or World. What do? I want to use this World database and not Secular. What do? I simply go in and type use Secular, and then I highlight and then I run. Do you notice something? the secular is now bold and thicker compared to the world. That is what just happened. The use command allows you to specify which database you want to work with. So I just use secular to specify that, okay, I'm using this secular. So that is very important. If you have multiple database, you have to notify this MySQL Workbench that, okay, I'm using secular at the moment. If you are not using secular, you could change, use world. Let's say, for example, you want to use world. Let me highlight and then run it. Did you see that the world is now active and not the secular? So show database, it will show you the list of database you have, and then use, you are selecting that, okay, at that moment I want to use a particular database. So you could either use secular or use world. Now for example, I want to go under this secular, and then I want to know the tables, because inside secular there are tables. You could see here tables. I want to know the tables inside secular, because SQL actually keeps its data in a structured format. So I want to know the tables. So I'll just go and write show tables. Show tables. Mind you, it won't work because it's only world that is active. So let me activate secular. I activate secular. You could see how bold it is and black. And then I want to see the tables under secular. So I'm going to use show tables. Did you see the tables inside the secular database now? Actor, actor info, address, category, inventory, language, nice, payment, rental. This is all the tables that are inside secular, because like I said, this database management system keeps its data in a structured format and they are in tables. So these are the tables inside secular. Let's try world. Let me activate the database world. I'm using world now. Let me go under show tables. I want to see the tables inside world. I'll now click. Now the tables inside world is city, country, and country language. There are 3 tables. Now the next is the select function. The next is the select, which I call it the workhorse of SQL. This select is used to retrieve data from one or more tables within a database. So when you use select, you can specify which columns you want to retrieve, which you want to apply filter to narrow down the result of which you will look at in the subsequent video, and even perform calculations. So let's say, for example, let's go back to secular. Use secular to activate secular. Let's see the tables that are inside secular database. These are the tables inside the secular database. So let's say, for example, I'm going to use the select keyword. What am I selecting? Inside here we have each of the table, we have what we call the actor. So let's see if we can select first name, last name. If you use select, you have to also use from. Let's see what happens. From actor. So let's run this command and see. Did you just see that? So now, inside the show tables, I just use an SQL query that I said I want you to select first name, last name from actor. And this actor is a table inside the secular tables. So I use select, and then I said the command I'm giving you now is select first name, last name from actor. And this actor is actually a table. If I bring this down, you could see this is the actor table inside the secular database. So I'm just giving a specific command. Go into this table called actor inside secular and select first name, last name from actor. So that is it. So this secular is our database, and then I just told you that inside the secular there are tables because SQL relate with structured data. And then I'm just giving the command select first name, last name from the actor table. So today we have just looked at the various commands and various queries in SQL. We have looked at show, use, select, and then from. I want you to watch this video and try it and let me know if there's any issue in the comment section. And this will be all for today. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video.